diamonds and skies. And I did all for you, 'cause you wanted me to. In your eyes I saw diamonds and skies. And I did all for you, 'cause you wanted me to. Diamonds and skies. And I did all for you, 'cause you wanted me to. In your eyes I saw diamonds and skies. And I did all for you, 'cause you wanted me to.
down in the dirt. Real, real bad.
We are good to go. So, beginning live commentary, July 4th, 2019. Welcome, Vale! Woo! We are here on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. It is July 4th at 8 o'clock a.m. And welcome to all of you joining us online. I am David Hook, and I am your host. I am the pastor of Christ Lutheran Vale Church, and I am also the chairman of A Colossal Fourth. A Colossal Fourth is brought to you by the Vale Preservation Society, and at some point this morning, the executive director of the Vale Preservation Society, J.J. Lamb, is going to be sitting next to me in my co-commentary chair. But she's working her way through the crowds, and she will be arriving at some point shortly. But welcome to all of you. This is, again, Colossal Fourth. It's July 4th, and it is a beautiful day. It is a stunning day. It is an amazing day to be having a parade here in Vale. I don't know if you know much about Vale, but Vale is it's a town between the tracks. It is a town that existed many, many years ago. I'll find out from JJ the exact date of its incorporation. Not incorporation, but when the first kind of people started settling here. Believe it or not, Vale is not incorporated. Vale is part of unincorporated Pima County. And so we are here in Pima County, but most people would consider Vale to be the Vale School District, which extends all the way from J6 Ranch all the way to the west, to Rita Ranch, and north quite a bit. It's the Vale School District boundary. And when people say they live in Vale, or they work in Vale, or they do stuff in Vale, usually what they're thinking about is the Vale School District boundary. So Vale, actually, one of the highlights of Vale was that it was a train stop. The train, the Union Pacific train, purchased property from the Vale brothers, Walter and Edward Vale. They were ranchers, and they came out here and purchased property. They wanted to ranch. They wanted to settle the West. They brought their cows, and they had a great time. And then the railroad came in, and the railroad was looking for a place to have a stop here in this side of Tucson before they got into the Fort of Tucson. And so they built a train station here in Vale, and that was kind of where it started. And Vale has been a very simple community, mostly ranching people. Very, very wonderful community, very self-reliant. In 1935, the Beach family donated money to build the St. Rita Shrine. And so if you come to downtown Vale between the tracks, you will find a beautiful shrine that's been here for, I guess, 80 years or so. It's the St. Rita Shrine. There's also a rectory there. Believe it or not, in the rectory, there's a basement. And you don't see too many basements here in Vale, but this rectory where the priest would live has a basement. It's a very wonderful community. It's a safe community. It's a loving community. We love Vale. We love the views. I don't know if we can show you some views of the various mountains that we have around here, but there's just some absolutely amazing views, particularly this morning because the sun is shining. There's very few clouds in the sky, and visibility is incredible. So we are waiting for the first part of the parade to arrive. Thought I'd talk to you a little bit about how this Colossal Fourth started. If you'll remember, about 5 years ago, 2014, there was an organization called the Vale Community Action Board. And the Vale Community Action Board had been started by the Vale School District to promote Vale in the Pima County area. We have to compete against the rest of Pima County for resources that come out of the county, like roads and streets and maintenance and things like that. So the Vale Community Action Board was part of that was looking at how we could leverage our community to have a voice at the table. One of the things that came out of that was that perhaps Vail should be incorporated, and so it went to the voters in 2014. There was an offshoot of the Vail Community Action Board, which was to create a town of Vail, and that did not happen for a number of reasons, but mostly I think people like the rural community. They like the no taxes. They like the rural feel. Maybe there's a little concern of what would happen if it was actually incorporated. But we are not deterred because we decided, why do we need to have an incorporated Vail? To do things in the Vail area. And so in 2016, we decided we were going to have our first parade and block party. And so we had our first parade and block party in 2016, 2017, 2018, and now here we are in 2019. And this is our third year with fireworks. And we are just so happy to be a part of a great community with loving people and kind people. You know, Vail's growing like crazy. It's initially was the town between the tracks, mostly people out here who are ranchers. But then Rancho del Lago was constructed. That would happen about 2004, 2005, 2003, perhaps as early. It was a subdivision of 2,500 homes centered around a couple lakes. Now, the lakes are interesting. I wonder if I can get this in before the parade actually happens. But if you go east of here, along Pantano Wash, about 1.5 miles, perhaps 2 miles, there's a dam back there. And the dam actually captures water, and that water is channeled in some old piping to bring it here into the lakes of Rancho del Lago. And so the lakes here at Rancho del Lago are fed by Pantano Wash, and there's a dam back there. It's a beautiful dam. It's kind of silted in a little bit, but if you ever get a chance, you should hike from here, where I am at Rancho del Lago. You can actually hike into Cienega Creek Preserve, and you can take a look at the dam and take a look at the beautiful rock structure that's at the dam. There's actually some historic stuff that happens at the dam, too. There was an old crossing of Pantano Wash right this side of the dam, on the west side of the dam, and the footings for that are still available. And the hike is very beautiful through Cienega Creek. I don't know if you've ever taken a hike through Cienega Creek, but it is one of the most beautiful hikes, I think, in all of southern Arizona. So if you ever get a chance, you should do that. You do have to get a permit through Pima County Natural Resources. You can get that permit in advance, but and it's a free permit, but they are limited by legislation. When they created Cienega Creek Preserve, they are limited to the number of people that can actually be in there at one time. And so that's the permit system, is to make sure that there's not more people in Cienega Creek Preserve than's permitted on any one day. But if you ever go back there, I don't think we ever reach the number of people that go to Cienega Creek Preserve. But it's beautiful. You can see the dam. You can actually see the conduits, the piping that brings the water all the way here to the lake. And if you walk around the lakes, you can see how the water gets into the lakes. And it's really a nice community. People really love living here. It's a friendly community. It's a lovely community. And today we're celebrating July 4th, the Independence Day, 1776, signing of the Declaration of Independence. The Constitutional Committee meeting in Philadelphia, City, 1776. All the signers of the Constitution declaring their independence from King George of Britain because they didn't want to have taxation without representation. None of you know about that, because you all get represented. But they were upset because there wasn't enough resources coming here to the United States. And so they signed the Declaration of Independence, put their lives on the line, and a new country was born. And that's what we're celebrating today, a new country. Been around for a long time, but still serves us well. You know, it's a free country, but freedom is not free. Freedom always comes at a price. And part of that price is our beloved military that goes and serves here in the United States and overseas to protect our freedom. And today we also celebrate all of our military members. If you're a member of military, my hat's off to you. You keep us safe and protected. And I know it's a huge sacrifice. My own son-in-law is likely to be deployed sometime soon. And we know that it's a difficult time to be away from family, but we are grateful for the sacrifice. I'm sitting here watching a train go by. You know, there's 2 train tracks that go through Vail. The town between the tracks is the old town of Vail, and there's an eastbound train and a westbound train. The westbound train actually goes faster because it doesn't have any curves on it. The eastbound train has to slow down to 25 miles an hour to navigate the curvilinear structure of the track. And so as the eastbound train goes by, you'll notice it takes a whole lot longer to get through Vail because it's going 25 miles an hour. The westbound train can usually, it's allowed to go up to 70 miles an hour, but usually it doesn't go that fast through Vail. I'm starting to hear the parade people come, so I might be able to start giving you commentary as it comes through. It's a beautiful train. It's a beautiful day. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. And if you're not here, you're truly missing it. But you're not missing much. Actually, you're missing everything. You're missing an absolutely beautiful day. We are so grateful to all of the people, all the sponsors. We'll get into sponsors a little bit later, but we probably have over 200 volunteers to put on the whole entire Colossal 4th event. Colossal 4th starts, hey, here we go. I think we're beginning. So welcome to a Colossal 4th. This is brought to you by the Vail Preservation Society. This is the July 4th parade. And I am David Hook, and I am your commentator until J.J. Lamb gets here. But you are more than welcome to join us live on stream. The first part of our parade is the Davis-Monthan Honor Guard. They are carrying our colors, and we are so grateful for Davis-Monthan and the service they are to the Tucson community. A lot of Davis-Monthan people live here in the Vail community, and we love our Davis-Monthan people. Followed behind them is ROTC, Reserve Officers Training Corps. This is the one, the Navy JOTC. This is the Vail Schools, and they're also carrying colors. Behind them, oh my goodness, we have Ann Gibson and Cal Baker. Cal Baker is the superintendent of schools of the Vail School District. Seated next to him on his left is Ann Gibson. Many people call her the Queen of Vail. She has been a member here and a long-time resident, and she's very proactive here in Vail. Behind her is Pima County McGruff. Welcome to that. And then we have the Sheriff's Department. Here we go. Pima County, we have McGruff. Say hi to everybody. McGruff, he is from Pima County Sheriff's Department. Behind them is, before them was Shelton Jennings, who's a World War II vet. Now we have the American Legion Riders. As you can see, they are on their motorcycles, so they're very loud. And we are so grateful that the American Legion 109 is going to be here. And I'm joined here on my right by J.J. Lamb. Welcome, J.J. Lamb. It's so good to see you. J.J.
Thank you. It is
the
great
Executive
to be here.
Director of the Vail Preservation Society. And as I mentioned before, Vail Preservation Society is bringing to you all of the events of the Colossal 4th, starting last Saturday and ending today with this parade. After this is, looks like entry 10, which is the Shriners. So this is the Shriner vehicle, and then you have behind them the little midget cars. I love these guys. They're so wonderful. They bring so much joy. There's a bunch of them out there today, and they're in their little midget cars. I wonder if those are hard to drive. I've always wondered if these are hard to drive.
I think they have to be hard to drive because you're just crammed in there.
Yes,
Where do they put their feet?
So welcome, JJ. How are you? So good to
Great.
see you.
Good to see you.
We've been waiting for you. I gave a little bit of history of Vail, but maybe we might give a little bit more as the things go through.
Okay.
Yeah, the Shriners. What year was Vail incorporated?
So Vail has never incorporated,
Yeah,
actually.
I
A lot
said
of people think that Vail is we call it the town between the tracks, but Vail began as a little railroad siding, a place for trains to pass in 1880.
1880. Oh my
It
goodness.
was
Was there
great
even
place to
trains
live.
back in 1880?
There were trains back in
Wow.
1880.
Amazing.
And they were just linking the country together. And Vail would become really a nexus of transportation.
getting wet.
Whoa!
They're getting wet.
That's great.
I love it. This is a Shriner vehicle. I think that's so cool. It reminds me of the
I love it.
Munsters vehicle a little bit.
Oh, my word.
Remember
really,
the Munsters on
I
TV?
love the Munsters. My favorite is the hat with the big corn cob on the top.
Okay, now this
I
next
love
one
that.
is Rita Ranch Automotive. We want
Oh.
to point out to them, they are they're a red, white, and blue sponsor. This whole entire event, particularly the fireworks, would not have happened last night without Rita Ranch Automotive.
Absolutely.
They make a substantial donation,
And-
not only to the Vail community, but also to a Colossal 4th. And we would not have fireworks if it wasn't for them. So next time you go and have your work, done, make sure you have it done at Rita Ranch Automotive and talk to Terry there and give him thanks. And this is number 13 is Truly Nolan. They've got their beautiful, another fantastic sponsor. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Truly Nolan. Hey, we got a little break in traffic, so
I'm
JJ,
go out. Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say I need to go out, and our judges are very busy out there.
Oh, okay.
Look at them. They have their clipboards. They are assessing every entry. So
Oh,
there will
okay.
be awards given out in different categories.
Oh, fantastic.
Best vehicle,
Best
musical
vehicle.
entry.
Now, what award did
best
I win one
movie.
year? Best
Oh,
musical. Best
You won
musical,
best
yes.
Musical. Oh, my word.
We pulled up
That's-
a boat.
That is still my favorite entry of all time.
Oh,
in
my
our
goodness,
parade.
JJ, you're so kind.
I love that one.
My son plays tuba, and he was playing the Jaws theme while I was in the boat fishing. Dun, 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 dun. And it was kind of fun. It was
Oh, it's
it was
so
a
much-
family affair. My wife was driving the car, maybe my dad, I can't remember. And I was in the
I think
boat
your dad.
fishing,
Your dad
and
was
my son was
driving.
walking behind with a tuba, carrying a tuba for what, 3/4 of a mile.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! But he's a brave soul.
And it was hot.
It was
you know,
hot.
That tuba
Yeah.
had to be hot.
I'm sure it was. You know, it's a beautiful day here in Vail. You couldn't ask for better weather. It
No,
was
it's just
a few
gorgeous.
minutes ago. It was 81 degrees. Sorry, JJ.
Perfect, perfect. No, that's fine. This is great. Oh, I see. The judges are looking back here.
There you go.
We can't influence them at all.
We
They
can't
have to be
influence the judges.
impartial.
No, we can't. We can't tell them the number 27. I have no idea what 27 is. Let me see. Ah, there is no 27. Ah, oh my goodness. Well, there you go.
I'm going to take a picture of the judges.
Yeah, take a picture of the judges. Followed by coming soon, we have a banner coming. Somebody's carrying the Del Webb banner. This is, as you know, Del Webb is part of Rancho Del Lago. They have a subdivision in there. Del Webb is very popular here in Arizona and other parts where there's retirement communities. We are very, very happy to have Del Webb, and we're so excited that they're being a part of the parade today. If you are a Del Webb person who lives in the Del Webb community, just know that we love you and we think that you're great. Behind Del Webb is this car. It looks like a beautiful Mustang. Oh, I think I've seen that Mustang before. Let me look. Oh, wow, we have an officer in the Mustang. I'm not exactly sure who this guy is, but he is very... we are so excited to have him in our parade. Looks like, man, I wish I knew who that was. I wonder if he's a World War II vet. The guy in the Mustang. Yeah, do you know which one it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a World War II veteran. And we are so grateful for them. And when we have the golf carts, I believe those are the Del Webb golf carts.
Yes, and it's such a great honor for the families to bring those World War II vets out to participate in our parade so they can touch this next generation.
All right, and here we have, Because of the Brave. Yes, this is a very patriotic Jeep decoration. I'm not entirely sure who these people are. This must be Cub Scout pack.
Yes, it's Cub
I'm
Scouts.
guessing. I don't know.
I'll bet
but,
that's who it is.
It's all females, so I'm
Oh.
thinking that it's probably...
Do you think it's Girl
I
Scouts?
think it may be a Girl Scouts troop, and they don't have their number on the side of them, so I'm not sure who they are.
Oh.
But
And I don't see this one's number.
yeah, and this, I think they're part of the Del Webb, so maybe they're
Oh,
part
yes,
of Del
yes.
Webb too. I don't know. But the Del Webb brought out golf carts and decorated them with beautiful flags and spinning.
You know, they have been participating in the parade since the very first one.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
we love having them back every year.
we are so grateful for our Del Webb family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you know, Vail did have a mayor. Did you know that?
I did not know
Oh,
that.
my word! His name.
Oh my goodness! Is it you?
No. No,
Is it Cal Baker?
No, it was way back.
Oh,
in
my
about
goodness.
1912. Oh, we're all gonna get wet.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Well, I hope they know not to get wet the cameras.
Not
so.
to wet all the cameras. That would be very bad. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that must be
auto-
Rincon Valley Fire. Rincon
Yes.
Fire District's coming number 15.
Yes.
After that is Hughes Federal Credit,
And
Hughes Federal
another
Bank.
great sponsor.
Yeah,
of
we are so
Colossal
grateful for
Ford.
Hughes and they have a new facility.
They do. They have a brand new building right there at the Houghton Town Center.
That's right. You say Houghton, I say Houghton.
Well, that
Do
family
you say
says
tomato
Houghton.
or do you say tomato?
I say tomato.
Oh, do you say potato or potato?
Potato.
I say potato too. Okay, so you're not all that strange.
Not all that strange.
All right. Hey, this is Pack 770.
Oh, there's the Cub Scouts.
Wow, here they are. Hey, Cub Scouts, we're so happy
Cute.
that
They're
you made it
so
this far and didn't
wonderful.
faint from the
I
heat.
know.
Yeah. A
It's
couple of
hotter
years
out
ago,
there.
it was really, really hot.
Man, I'm glad we're starting the parade
Yeah, I
earlier
like
this
it.
year.
Yeah, I think maybe
This is great.
we had more people sitting right here last year. I wonder
Uh-huh.
if,
Yeah, we did.
I think if that's because we started a little bit early, maybe the word didn't get out as much.
Oh, I see.
I wonder, okay.
so Otto Schley. Otto
Otto Schley. Tell us about famous Otto Schley.
Oh, my word. So if there is
Sly
he's
Schley.
Schley. He's a man who would be king, and he had big plans for
Oh,
Vail.
he was the mayor.
He was
Otto
the
Schley.
mayor.
He's the guy with the cash register too, right?
He's the guy with the cool cash register.
Cub Pack 770.
Oh,
Here
this
we
is
go.
this is such a great.
Yeah, look at
I
those.
love that.
Young men. I still remember the Scout motor. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout laws, to keep myself physically fit, morally straight, and mentally awake, or something like that. I can't remember. To obey the
Mentally-
Scout laws.
And to obey the Scout laws.
And to obey the Scout
Mentally-
laws.
Mentally.
Mentally
Straight?
something. I can't
Mentally-
remember what it is. Basically, just be a good person.
Be a good
Hey,
person.
there you go. There's Hughes Federal Credit Union. We're so grateful. Another great sponsor
Yes.
of Colossal Fourth.
Oh, I love this.
And here we go. I need
man.
to go down there and get
Oh,
wet.
yes.
You think I could go down there and get wet?
No.
Maybe. I don't know. Look at that.
You
we
have
are
an
so
important
happy to
job
have
here.
Rincon Valley Fire Department. I don't know if you know Jamie Colley. He is the main guy at the Rincon. He's the fire chief at Rincon Valley Fire Department, and he's a huge supporter of Colossal Fourth. He's a huge supporter of our community. I don't know if you've ever met him, but he's one of the most winsome men. And he's really, really very good in his position. We're so grateful to have
he
him
is.
here. We have some stunning people here
Such an incredible
in the Vail area. And here we have the
advocate
Vail
for
School
community.
District. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Vail
and
School
this is,
District.
I think this is the oldest bus that the Vail School District has.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that the Vail School District actually started in 1901?
1901.
But it had a false start. It kind of went by the wayside and was reestablished in 1903, and it has been serving the community since 1903.
Wow. And it's a great school district. People actually move out to Vail to be part of the Vail School District.
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
Nissan GTR. We are excited to have them in the parade. We have a little bit of wet people out here. They all got
Oh,
wet.
that's good. I think they're all. Oh, wow! Doesn't that moisture in the air?
It feels great.
and
Yes.
it smells
it's wonderful.
Great. Oh, I
As
just
my wife
love
would
that.
say, it's good for my skin.
It's very good.
But my skin's not that good. So.
Oh, I'm really excited today because towards the end of the parade, we have an entry from the Leon Ranch.
Yes,
and
we do.
the
I'm excited. I
Leon-
saw it drive by. I
Did you?
did.
Oh, man.
That's an excellent entry. I'm so excited about it.
The Leon family has lived in Vail the longest continuously. And I'll have to say that I'm so grateful to them and many other of the older Vail families for sharing their stories.
And this is resources. This is our local community food bank and other things that help
and Miss Vail.
people in the Vail area. Yes, we are so grateful for. Now, believe it or not, last Sunday, Resources joined with a couple other partners here in the Vail community and packed 30,000 meals for people who
Hey,
are
light
in
up.
need in the Vail community. So we're grateful for that. It was Resources, St. Rita's, Christ Lutheran Vail. Seems like there's a couple other people that came in and packed. Oh, yeah, Vail School District came. And, they packed 30,000 meals at Seneca High School.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was wonderful. All right.
Now, where will those meals go?
So they're going to each of the schools, and they're staying at Resources. Summer is a very hard time for Resources. They don't get as many donations because the school's out, and they got to stock up to get ready for school.
Yeah.
And so the great thing about these the meals that were packed is that they are nutritionally balanced. They have all the vitamins and minerals and calcium and whatever protein that you need. Most people that are hungry can get food, but it's not good food. It's bad food.
It's bad
And
food.
so they have all sorts of medical issues, but these are actually healthy, perfectly balanced food. Nutritionally, they have protein, they have vitamins, minerals, and everything. And so they will provide these to people that come in looking for food. 30,000 meals. It's really a great thing.
That's incredible.
And you think, well, that's a lot of meals, but just think of how many meals you eat as a family in 1 month, in 1 year. 365 times 3 meals, that's 1,000. So it's really, You know, it's not it seems like a lot of
seems-
meals, but it really is going to go very, very quickly, they
Yes.
told us.
Well, and you know, there's folks with food insecurity all
Yes.
around us.
Yes, there are.
And you know, we don't always recognize that.
We don't. And that was part of
But it
the
is a real need.
blessing of that thing that happened on Sunday, was that people learned a little bit about the food insecurity that happens in the Vail school
Yeah.
area, in the Vail area.
Yeah.
All right, we have another entry coming
Well,
up.
something.
Let's
okay,
see. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
I've heard people say that Vail. I've heard a couple things. Vail is a state of mind,
Ah,
or
yes, it
Vail
is.
is more a spirit than a spot.
Yep, I've heard that too.
And
yes.
you know, it's so true. Vail is such a large area, but there's so many things that bring us together. So because Vail never incorporated, we think of mainly the Vail School District boundary. So that's 425 square miles
Wow,
of
it's
Vail.
huge. Wow,
it is
huge.
huge. And this parade, the fireworks, packing food together for folks who are food insecure, those are all things that build community and bring us together.
They are.
They all make us stronger.
And we are grateful for the Vail Preservation Society for being the parent organization of Colossal Fourth. They have really invested a lot of people and resources. Maybe JJ at some point, another break, can tell a little bit about all the amazing things that the Vail Preservation Society has done here in the Vail area. You know, the V that happens when you come into Vail, that
I
V
see
was
water
actually
happening.
part of the, this is resources also, I think, because I think that's a resources person.
Yes, I think
Yes,
so.
this is 20, which is, this is Vail School District Foundation.
Oh,
We
school
love the Vail
district,
School District. This
yes.
is the reboot to the Vail Education or something. But this is
Vail Education
yeah,
Foundation.
they're basically a partner organization here in the Vail community, bringing awareness to the Vail School District and helping to tell people about the amazing things that happen to the Vail School District. So we are so grateful
Well,
for
and
Vail
the
School
thing
District, and
that
particularly the Vail School.
The Vail School District Foundation does is, I love this.
It's the Door Slammers. They were here on
Door Slammers.
Saturday
Oh, my
for the
word.
thing.
So when teachers want to do something extra special with a class, go on a field trip, or they need extra supplies to do that really special project for some kind of experiential learning, they can apply to the Vail School District Foundation for funds to do that. So things that wouldn't normally be covered. So that's a great boon to teachers and to students.
So why is there a Green Bay Packers car in our parade? I want to know that.
I don't know.
What's going on here?
That's
this is
Bill
we are very
Broadhaven.
far away from Green Bay.
Hey, it's too hot for Green Bay.
That's right. But we love Green Bay. We love all Packers fans as long as they donate to Vail Preservation Society. I myself am not the greatest Packer fan. I'm a Denver Bronco fan, and so we have a little bit of a rivalry, but maybe
I
not
go
too
to the
big.
U of A football games.
Oh, there you go.
So my husband and I met in the U of A marching band.
Are you serious? What did you play?
Serious. I played the clarinet, the
That's
saxophone,
I think you.
the
Oh my
oboe.
goodness, yeah.
I loved music.
Wow, this
Ken
is
played
more.
the trumpet.
Did he really?
And his squad was behind our squad.
Oh my goodness.
He thought I had a really cute march.
Hey, that is a beautiful stingray. Look at that thing.
That's gorgeous.
Oh,
I
my
love
goodness. I
that.
love it. Yeah, these are.
Yes. So
Oh,
music.
the 66 Ford Fairlane. I used to own a
Oh.
66 Ford Fairlane. Mine was a convertible.
I had a 66
Why
Valiant.
I ever got rid of that car, I have no idea. Man,
I don't. Me too.
It was
I
because
feel
it was
the same way.
completely impractical and I needed a truck.
Oh,
And then
but
as soon
man,
as I got
those
a truck,
cars you
everybody
could
wanted me to
work
help them
on.
move, so I got rid of it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. No, if you have a truck, everybody wants you.
That's right. We have another
Oh, is that a Corvette?
Corvette. Yeah, beautiful.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, and there's a beautiful.
I like those old cars. Oh,
An El
okay.
Camino, yeah, remember
So
those?
coming up, 1953
Yeah,
Suburban.
okay, talk about this. This
Oh,
is
my
very
word.
important. Make sure you get a shot of this.
Oh yeah, I got to
Yeah,
get a
this
picture of
this
this.
is an original 1953,
1953
Chevy Suburban, and it's owned by
And
the Leone
it's the
family. We
Leone
were talking to
family.
you about them.
Andy Federico is driving it.
Yeah.
This is a third generation. This is an authentic Vail vehicle.
Yeah, it
It
is.
served the family on the Leone Ranch, and remember the Leones are the family that have lived in Vail since the 1880s.
Wow,
Until
yeah.
today, they still
Amazing.
have part of their homestead.
We are.
And we're so grateful for Andy Federico.
That looks kind of
bringing
dangerous
out.
to me. Does that look dangerous to you?
Oh, I don't like that.
That is. Well, I'm sure that they're
Oh,
tethered. Yeah,
I'm sure they're
This is
tethered.
Victory Baptist Church. I think they're the one on Garrigan's Gulch.
Yes.
And if you go west on Camino Loma Alta about a mile, they're there. this wonderful church, wonderful part of our community. We're so grateful to have them. And they're bringing the Statue of Liberty. And so
Yes.
we are so excited to have the Golden Torchbearer be a part.
Do you think that's Rincon Peak behind them?
I wonder if
might
it
be
is. That
Rincon Peak.
probably Rincon Peak.
Wow. You know what would be great? I would like to see every church in Vail have an entry in our
I
parade
know.
next year.
We should.
How can we reach out
Absolutely.
to them?
We're going to do that. Make sure that every
Every community organization has an entry.
All right. This
Yes.
is the, is that Pima County Republican Party?
That is the Pima County Republican Party.
We're
Oh, and they've
grateful for
got
them.
music. This is wonderful.
We are happy to have them in the parade. Look at that. All decked out with flags.
Oh, it's beautiful. They've got bunting, flags. They're playing patriotic music.
And we can hear it.
I just love when there's music in the parade.
I do too.
And I'll just say, any of you listening out there, if you have any kind of a band, if you have a family that plays the kazoos, just know
yeah.
that we want you to enter in the parade next year.
Well, and next year, I guarantee you that the Hook family is going to have something spectacular.
Oh, that's
Oh, we
great.
have Smokey the Bear.
Oh, man, Smokey the Bear. That is fabulous.
Hey, Smokey, we are so glad. Do you remember the old commercials with the Indian side of the road with his tears coming down? Oh,
yes.
no, that wasn't.
That wasn't Smokey, but
that
I do
wasn't
remember
Smokey,
that.
but I remember the same era. We were so happy
the
to Smokey.
same era.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Oh my goodness! Look at that beautiful firefighting truck. You know, sometimes we
Oh,
forget
that's
about the firefighters that also exist in
In
our
the
National
Forest
Forest
Service.
Service. Yeah.
They have a hard
We are
job.
so grateful for them. And then behind them is Jazzercise.
Oh, Jazzercise!
We are so grateful for
Yay,
Jazzercise
Linda!
because they are wonderful. Yep.
They're another big supporter of
They
Vail
are. We are
Preservation
so grateful
Society.
for Jazzercise.
And look at that. They have been marching, dancing, singing in this heat, and they still have big smiles on
Yeah,
at
they
the end of
do,
the
yeah.
parade.
And then after them, we're on the next sheet. Oh my goodness, I got to find it.
31. Wow.
what is
The
31?
parade gets longer and longer every
This
year.
is Lytle Electric.
Oh,
by the
Lytle
way, they
Electric.
are a huge
We
sponsor.
love Lytle Electric.
Yes, absolutely. They are very, very huge and very much involved in the planning of Colossal 4th too. So we are very grateful for that. You know, I don't have.
Look at those judges, how serious they are. Wow.
Oh my goodness, how do I get to
can't
page
wait.
2
Oh
on
my
this?
word, look what's coming up.
We're just gonna have to guess.
Oh, my
All right,
word.
Tucson contractors.
This is the garden,
Savannah.
Rita Gardens.
Oh no, this is Rita Gardens. That's
oh
right.
my word, that is so fabulous.
Look at
I
that.
know they got together the other day and worked all afternoon on this fabulous,
goodness.
fabulous.
Look at that. This is
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Looks like you got trees and
Oh,
plants.
man.
Oh my goodness, and they've got candy stripe.
Oh, and they've
And
got
palm trees.
fireworks.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
got the whole
And
thing.
what's that on the very end that looks like
It's a prickly
It's
pear.
a prickly pear. What can you
Yay,
tell us
prickly
about Vail and prickly pear,
That's
JJ?
great. This is a prickly pear capital of the
That's
world.
right. Vail is the prickly pear capital of the world.
Yes, it is.
And we are so excited
Mm-hmm.
to be partnering with the Vail Preservation Society to bring prickly pear things, prickly pear jelly, prickly pear
Yes.
mints,
Prickly pear juice,
anything, you
prickly
name
pear. You know, just stick with us, and we're going to learn more about prickly
That's
pears.
right.
and-
My grandmother used to go out in the desert and pick prickly pears, and she'd come back and make prickly pear jelly. It
yes,
was my
I
fa-
used to do that with my
and
kids.
I was my favorite jelly when I was
Yep.
growing up. I love prickly pear
so
jelly.
yummy, and prickly pear syrup.
Oh,
and you know,
yeah.
prickly pear and the prickly pear itself, the nopalitos, are very healthful. They're good for you.
Is that the end of the parade?
I don't think so.
Maybe it is. Is that the end?
Oh, we shouldn't. No, there should be the cleanup crew. Here they come, with the broom.
All right,
That's
we're
our
waiting for
big
the broom.
tradition. We have the cleanup crew with the trash can. You know, big cities, they have those street sweeper vehicles that end up the parade, but not here in Vail. We're still a small
Oh my goodness.
community, and I hope we always keep this tradition of having.
Me too. Well, so the person pulling it, his name is Chuck, and that's his son Nathan.
Oh, here comes.
And then there's
Romeo.
Mom and Romeo. Yes.
Here comes Romeo.
Romeo. Wherefore art thou,
and-
Romeo?
Oh, you
Yep.
know what?
Oh,
and we
he's
want to
wearing a,
thank our sponsor. Sponsors again. Oh my word, we could not do a Colossal Fourth without our wonderful
We
sponsors.
are so grateful for every
Oh
sponsor.
wow,
for
Rita
every
Ranch
dollar that came in.
Automotive and Tire,
Absolutely.
Hacienda del Lago,
Yep.
Rancho del Lago, Lytle
Hughes,
Electric, Hughes Federal
Lytle,
Credit Union, Truly
Pyramid,
Nolan, United Community Health Center. All are wonderful, wonderful sponsors.
We are, you know, if you want
And
to
the
find out
road
who
is
the
open
sponsors
again.
are, go to colossalfourth.org. And there's a spreadsheet that tells you all the various sponsors that we have that are part of Colossal Fourth.
Look at here. Oh my word. We have,
These are all the entries,
these
right?
are all the entries.
Oh my goodness. So do we want to announce the...
Okay, so are these all matched up?
So this is it.
One is it?
All right, so
Okay,
let me
very
just,
good.
you
This
tell
is
them,
exciting.
I'll set it up and you tell us who it
Okay.
is. So the first parade entry is the best vehicle.
Door Slammers, entry 21.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Yay, Door Slammers. I think they had, oh gosh, 11 or 12 vehicles.
Yes, we're very happy about them.
10 trucks. Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
best little red wagon.
Oh, the Rincon Valley Fire District,
Absolutely.
entry 15.
Best team.
Best team, the Shriners.
Yeah, with their little
They're
vehicles.
definitely a
We
team
love
with their
them.
little
Absolutely.
vehicles and that incredible truck they have with the lady with the corn cob on her head.
And the Munster vehicle.
And
Best float.
Oh, Cub Scouts Pack 770. Yay,
Yeah,
Cub
they were
Scouts.
so cute
Entry
being on their
12.
float, driving by, waving their flags.
Yes.
Just very wonderful. Best musical.
Oh, Rita Ranch Garden Club.
Oh my goodness!
That-
Yes, that was awesome.
That was a fabulous
It looked like
entry.
you could do what was the musical? Rodgers and Hammerstein, 1945, South Pacific.
Oh, South Pacific.
You
There
could
was
have
a
done South
palm
Pacific on that
tree.
one. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, we have to tell them that.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll want to plant something in their garden.
We could Bali High is calling. All right,
Oh,
best
my word.
annual theme.
Best you know,
Is-
Rita Ranch Garden Club.
That's right,
Wow.
yes.
That was one fabulous entry.
It was.
I'm not surprised that they won in
Absolutely.
2 categories. My word.
And then the best walking is,
The Davis Monthan
Yep,
Honor
entry
Guard,
number 1.
entry number 1.
and again, we thank everybody in the military for their service, keeping us free. Freedom is never free. It's sacrificed by you, and we appreciate it very much.
And they serve us every day in
They do.
peacetime, in wartime.
That's right.
They do so much service in our country and around the world.
So,
Wow.
JJ, we are so grateful for the Vail Preservation Society and the work that they do in the Vail community. We're grateful for you and the work that you do in the community. Did you want to just talk a little bit about the various things that you've done, maybe for a minute or two? Just say
Okay.
all the different things that the Vail Preservation Society does in the community.
So Vail Preservation Society began in 2006 as a grassroots organization, and we're really proud to be working with so many wonderful partners across the community to accomplish the work that we do. So what we do falls under one of 2 categories. It's either heritage preservation or historic preservation. So we collect oral histories, we save Vail stories, and doing things like the parade and the fireworks and 'Tis the Season, tree lighting, that's heritage, and that brings people together to share experiences, to build community, to build relationships, and to create traditions. And that's foundational to any strong community.
And you also tell us about the Foreman House, the Section
Oh,
Foreman
the
House.
Section Foreman House. So the 1915 Section Foreman House was from the area of Marsh Station, about 8 miles east of Vail, and it had a demolition permit pulled on it. So this beautiful building that's now serving the Esmond Station School and providing experiential learning for the 600 plus students at that school would be in the landfill right now if it weren't for historic preservation. So saving the best of our past. That building just 2 weeks ago earned a Governor's Heritage Honor Award. Yay! Section Foreman House. And then Governor Ducey handpicks from the 10 awards given around the state his very favorite award, and that again was the 1915 Section Foreman
Incredible.
House,
Yeah.
the highest award in Arizona. And the reason I'm so proud of that project is that we worked with the Cienega High School construction tech students. So over 300 construction tech high schoolers got to
lot
work
of
on
people.
that building.
Yeah.
And
it's if you get a chance, you should go see it.
You
It's
should
on
go
the
see it.
campus of Esmond Station.
Yes.
Tell us about the movie Voices of
The
Vale.
movie Voices of Vale. So Voices of Vale really grew out of our oral history project where we were recording stories, and we filmed many beautiful locations across Vale over about 9 years and put together the movie last year, and it has earned several awards recently, and so we're really proud of that. And gosh, there were somewhere between probably 300 and 500 people who over the years contributed to that. And one of the things that I think Vale Preservation Society is most proud of is that we engage the community in the work of preserving their
something to be very
heritage.
proud of, yeah.
So it is it's a community-powered organization.
Will they be able to see the movie again in the future?
They will be able to see the movie again. We have on September 21st at 1:30 the next public viewing at the Loft Cinema, and it is on the biggest screen in southeastern Arizona.
Wow. Fans didn't know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So they
isn't
got to
that
get
cool?
your tickets now. How do they get their
your
tickets?
tickets now. So they are going to be available through the Loft Cinema.
Okay, good.
So you get them on their website.
September 21st, 1:30 p.m. Is that a
1:30
Sunday?
p.m. That is a
Yeah,
Sunday
right.
matinee.
Sunday matinee. Now tell us a little bit about the old post office in
The
Vale.
old post office. Wow. The old post office is right in between the railroad tracks, if you're familiar with that area, and it is the adobe building that has a shed roof. That building is pretty humble, but I'll tell you what, it is the only pre-statehood building that remains in Vale. It is the building that brought everyone together in about a 450 square mile radius. Everyone from
It's the community anchor.
It
at
was
some
the
point.
community
Yeah.
anchor and
Yeah.
hub. And so people in the Rincon Valley, the Empire Mountains, Santa Rita Mountains, they all got their mail in Vale.
We got about a minute, JJ, and then
Oh,
they're
my
gonna
word,
close
they're going
off.
to close. So that building is so important, and we want it to be part of our future. And so that's our next project, and you can learn more about it at valepreservationsociety.org or send us an email.
There you go. We're very proud of all the volunteers and sponsors.
Yes.
This is David Hook and JJ Lamb. We are going to close this off. We thank you so much for being a part of us this morning and sharing this parade with us, and we will see you again next year.
See you next year.
All right. Hey, take care.